Hi everybody and welcome back to the Paperless Movement YouTube channel. I'm Tom Solid and today I will talk about Timestripe. For those of you who don't know what Timestripe actually is, it's not a task manager, it's rather a goal manager if you like. You use Timestripe in order to set your goals ahead of time, actually throughout your whole life, and then try to break down the goals into smaller pieces in order to achieve them. This is actually a good approach anyway to if you have some goals in mind. So set a goal in 10 years, think about what you want to have there, and then reverse engineer what other goals you need in the years and months ahead of time in order to get to the ultimate goal. And I think Timestripe does a really great job in order to supporting you. And how this works, we will find out now. Okay, here I'm in Timestripe. It's actually the free version and you can do so much already with the free version, but there's a pro version as well. I will talk about this in the end of the video. There are no much limitations in order to show you the functionality of Timestripe here. And if you're interested to learn more about Timestripe, actually, we will have the CEO and founder of Timestripe here on the channel in an interview. So if you don't want to miss this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But now let's just dive into this. However, this being said, this is another review that is not sponsored by anyone else but by you, my Inner Circle members. Thank you very much. And if you're not a member yet and you wonder what this is all about, in my Inner Circle membership, I will show you how to set up your productivity system end to end in the most efficient way so it works for you and not against you. And I also explain in detail there why there is not such thing like the best note-taking app or the best task manager. There's only the best tools for your specific use case. And this is what we figure out in this membership. So feel free to hop over and check out what we have to offer there. And I'm more than happy to welcome you inside the membership, inside the forums, or on a one-on-one call. But now let's go back to the Timestripe review here. You see here you're presented on the horizon view. That's what it's called. Here, when I click here, I'm on the today's view. So it's Saturday the 6th, and we see the week, month, year, and life ahead of time. And then we have a day's view and a week's view, month's view, year's view. And here down there we have a test board. That's what I just created. I can just delete this. But this allows you to create your own boards. For now, let's stick to the horizons view, and I really like this. So let's say I put a goal here like build a house. And here it says my age. So I'm 39 years old. I want to build a house. What else do I need to achieve in order to build a house in this year? So I can now create either on this goal, I can create subtasks or sub-goals, or you break it down to goals that are spread over time. So I could say this month in March, I want to plan the house. And this week, I want to find place to build a house, for example. And today I will do nothing. Today, I want to record another review. So now you see plan the house, build the house, but I can go now to the month view, and now I see here in March, plan the house, get financials, and maybe, get an architect. In May, get offers for a house. You can also add tags. As soon you add tags, actually, you can click here. It should show you everything with a house in it. There's the house. So it seems when there's nothing found, it still shows you something. Oh, see, there's a goal without a title, and I wrote house in there. So whenever you created a tag like house, you can actually then go wherever you want with this house on top, and whatever goal you create will have the tag house in there already. So I could now write, get architect. And now we have this for the house. So this means when I go to tags and I click house, I will get only the goals with architect in there. And if I want to write down a new goal with the project house, I could do so by going here. What I would also like, if I would just add here hashtag, and then I would be presented with options to choose from. That's what I always expect when I'm typing something like this, or an ad to mention something. But I like this idea. So this means that we have the architect now, and when we go to the month view, So we don't get confused, I'm deleting this again because I have this already. And now that's the thing where I actually get really confused. I have the monthly goal to get an architect. So it would be great when I go to the days view to actually see that this is my monthly goal. I see this on the horizon. So today I have those goals, and then I can keep in mind that next month I want to get an architect. So this is also something really great, because when I switch to the next month, it will also switch the week and it will switch the day. And when I go switch the weeks, it switches the days there. So it's really connected there. So I could say now in this week, I want to get the architect. So I could just move it over here. All right. And then call the architect today. You see already, it's a bit confusing. It's a different way to approach this. I think they have a great idea, yeah, how everything is connected with each other. So when I'm switching years, everything stays aligned. And then I go to January, February, and then the different weeks in this month and the different days. And even if I go through the days, the week will update as well. So whenever I go there, see, this is updating. I really like this. So I could work on the day view every day and this updates, and then I go here and I see what I have achieved and what I haven't. So whenever this goal gets overdue and I didn't achieve the goal in month March, it will just move to the next month or to the next week or to the next day. So this way it will fill up over time, and I really have to work or reorganize this. Therefore I can go to the days views and then just move around the goals that I wanted to work on. And I say I really like this, that I just need to be in the house tag and now add another task, and now it is here. This other one is gone, so let's just close this. I want to record another review. So this was actually let's say YouTube, and now it should show up here where I need to reload. Here it is, so we have to reload. I can go to YouTube and now I see exactly for YouTube and the weekly goals for YouTube. So best would be here to go to Horizons and go through the weeks. Also we have a bird's eye view more or less here. I think it's a bit confusing. So it's for planning out ahead of time, and then you just forget your goals and it will just keep coming up whenever you plan this goal, that you want to achieve it in whatever month or year and so on. So there is the moment where the calendar view comes in handy. Here you see actually your whole life going on. And here I was born and now I'm 39 already. And this is what probably lays ahead of time. So it's fading already when it comes beyond 70. So I could plan out, I click here and click whatever date I want, or here the 1st of June, and then I can add the goal here to this date. But now it would be great that I would be able to add my yearly goals. So it's not very consistent. Here now I can only add daily goals instead of monthly goals or weekly goals. So whenever I go here, I would have imagined that now I can at least switch between these types. So this is really the confusing thing. I would like to set my goal in the year and have the option to see it on all my day views. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe you are confused as well already. So when I go to the different years, I see here the different months, the goals, and the goals for the different days in those months. But again, then the yearly goals are missing. Future thinking, reflection, so I can go to the past. And there's nothing in there, so why is it black? It's a bit confusing, really. I'm really confused now. And this is why I think, it will be hard for Timestripe to get a broad audience for this tool without giving a proper tutorial or webinar or anything that shows you what is the idea behind this and gives you the golden thread through this. I mean, it looks like that Timestripe is actually providing your golden threads through your whole life, so you can plan out your whole life and you try to achieve these goals, you can update these goals, that's all great. But for example, I want to build a house in 2023, all right? So I put the goal in 2023. Then I plan out all the sub goals. And what if I, things change and I want to build it in 2024? So I'm moving the goal to 2024. What about all the subtasks? This is not moving, isn't it? So I can test this by just going to the years, build a house. I move this over. So obviously, therefore I would have the sub goals, but having sub goals in the yearly goal then makes no sense to have goals spread out, the month. So what I would expect that I can have the sub goals in here, and I can say that this sub goal should belong to a specific date and plan it out this way. So in my yearly goal, when I open this up, I see the monthly goals and then the daily goals and so on in one place. But this is just disconnected. Just imagine, I say, oh, now I want to build a house in 2024. And I have all the tasks or goals in 2021. So what do I do here? I need to somehow move it from this March to March 2024. I don't even know how to do this. So we move to next month, all right? But there's no other option to change the date. And this is already a letting down as well. So it is a fancy thing. So when we come, for example, to the overview here, so this is the overview of my life. The grayed out part here is the life that I already lived. And I especially like this, the older we become. For example, the information here, you will have $68,000 more if you just put away $5 a day. And if I quit smoking, I'm not a non-smoker, so that's not an issue. But also saying, 50% of your classmates will probably be dead. On the other hand, it's very motivating to see, for example, at the age of 75, Warren Buffett set up 30 million contribution to blah, blah, blah. So you get some inspiration of people who were in this age already and still achieved something. Again, this is just nice to play with and gives your life into a different perspective. So this is what I really like about the core of Timestripe. But as I said, the overview is not easy. And then you have this clock here where it shows you the age, and how long it will take, or even the months and the seconds, how old you are. But if they show the seconds, it would be interesting that I could also add my time of birth, obviously. So this just counts to the middle of the night. So to me, there's no point telling me the seconds when it's not true. And it gives you some motivational words. So you can set this up as a dashboard. And then you have some insights here. It asks you several things that you can write down every day. What is one thing you could start doing today to improve the quality of your life? Then you write this down, and then I have the answer here. And tomorrow this will come up again. And so this gives you into a routine where you can reflect yourself. So I expect that this will now turn up here somewhere, and it doesn't again. So see, this is really the confusing thing. They really need to work on this. I like the ideas, but where do I see my insights of the day now? Okay. So I had to reload again, and this reflection actually showed up here. Let's go to the next day. This is the thing where it asked me, what could I change today to improve my quality of life? I wrote this down and it added it as a task to today. Again, for the other things, nothing happened because it wasn't questions. What can you do this week to live a better life? What do you want to be in? Where do you want to be in 3 years? Okay, so it adds this as the goal in 2024. Let's see, maybe on the next day, this shows up and we can update these goals. Not sure about that, but it helps you again to plan out these, and it will pop up the time when it's ready. So here we used Sarah, we don't see it here. So because it asked me, what can you do this week to live a better life the week after? And it added actually the week after the information. It is just too confusing. It is not fully thought through, and they really need to work for the customer journey to understand how to use it, the user journey. So they have these climbs here, which is essentially, some habit trackers that helps you to get new habits. For example, 30 days of meditation. You click here, you say get started, and it adds it every day. Meditate here. Meditate. So it clumps up your goals Nevertheless, you know, you have an overview of all these different goals. Once you hit the goal, we can tick this off. I guess I have again to reload in order to see the risks reflected. No, so it's not ticking off. So it seems I'm not even able to tick off. Save changes, sorry. Okay, delete the last part. And when I tick this off, I see it reflected in here as a black dot. And I have here the climb settings, and I can stop this and delete the climb. So at least, you know, it deletes all these tasks on all my days. This is something good. So, you know, if you did something by accident, or you know, changed your mind that you don't want to do this anymore, then you can just delete this. Okay, now for the pricing, they are pretty generous. So you have a free option here. Feel free to test this. I think it's fun to use. Reflect yourself, your life with this, and for free, you know, you can have 10 goals, 5 boards, and you know, I didn't show you this, you actually can create your own boards and lists where you can move things around and plan out stuff. But I will quickly show you this as well. So we can create a new board here, and then we can give it a list name, list 1. We can create another list 2, so on. We give it a smiley, things like that, and then we can add a goal there and we move it over. So it's building up a Kanban board, which is very simple, a very simple Kanban board. So I could plan out my house building there or whatever, but therefore it's far too restrictive. There's no rich text, or I cannot add pictures or things like that. So it's nothing to me for daily journaling or things like this. Therefore it's just too limited. When it comes to daily journaling, I think there's nothing better than using day one. And going back to the pricing, yeah, you can pay monthly, which is a pretty hefty price, I would say. $15 for something that I think the idea is great. It might be worth the price if it would be fully thought through, giving me the golden thread that I mentioned before. But as I said, for the free plan, you can test all this. When you hover over dark mode, it shows you how the dark mode looks. Might be confusing when you hover over this, but you will get dark mode, and everything else is already available in a free plan. Yeah, and if you would pay annually, you will just pay $5 per month. All right, pretty big jump from monthly to annually. So what do I think about Timestripe? I think the idea is genius. That's something I really like. I personally use day one for journaling because it shows me, for example, what happened the same day 1 year ago. That's just really interesting to be presented information, be presented with the thoughts I had 1 year ago. If you're interested to see what day one is all about, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I will do another review about day one as well, where I show you how I use this. And if Timestripe would implement something like this, where actually the information that I put in there is connected in a clever way and presenting me in an even more clever way, you know, with the example where I said I have the yearly goal, and when I open this yearly goal, I see all the goals that are related to this goal, not only just sub goals, but those spread all over the months and days. And whenever I move this goal then to another year, everything should be moved along, things like this. And as long as something like this is missing, it's just a fancy tool where I see my age and the relation to this. But to me, there's nothing more, and not a reason to switch from any other tools that I'm using right now, like my task manager or time management and things like that. I hope this video was useful for you. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so I can catch you up next time.